Hello, and welcome back to week 5. We're doing section 5 of the textbook this week, which is titled Familiar Drugs. And these are drugs that sometimes we don't even think of as drugs. One is tobacco. Uh, the one drug where we have perhaps found a really good way of curbing use of the drug. You look at prevention efforts for other drugs, as we will at the end of the semester. We find that sometimes programs like DARE and the like are not always highly effective. Yet we find that anti-smoking campaigns have been highly successful, and rates of smoking have decreased considerably. We'll look at the history of tobacco, the attacks on tobacco, causes of concern, the pharmacology, and also how to quit smoking if that is something you're interested in. Next, chapter 11 looks at caffeine. And it's interesting to me because it's just been in the past, maybe 5 years, that caffeine has begun to be listed on intake forms when we do a drug history. We're finding caffeine use is being listed. We're asking people when they began using caffeine, what their current usage is. And one reason for this is that as we have gotten into the age of highly caffeinated drinks and also powdered caffeine, we're finding that people are having some very serious health consequences due to caffeine use. So people are starting to be more aware of it, and there are causes of concern, including cancer, heart disease, reproductive effects. The 12th chapter looks at dietary supplements and over the counter drugs. This is a section I find particularly interesting because, as you'll see, that over the counter drugs and dietary supplements do not need to prove that they are effective, and they do not need to prove that they are safe, which is, when you think about it, rather concerning. We'll talk about the importance of letting doctors know when you are using these over the counter drugs and supplements, because there are times when they do counteract or work against the effects, or sometimes have a complementary effect that could lead to serious health problems with prescription drugs. So it's going to be an important chapter for you to look at, particularly if you are using any supplements. This week, you will turn in the uh, the abstinence assignment and do the discussion, do the quiz, and I will see you again next week.